Star Radio Sunday Jazz Brunch, Walt Adams with you. Time once again for our Share the Journey segment with Living Resources, supporting people with disabilities. With me today is the Associate Executive Director of Communications, Deneen Palmateer. Good morning, Deneen.
Good morning, Walt. How are you doing today?
In the words of James Brown, I feel good. And very happy 4th of July weekend, and this weekend stands for independence, and I know that's a big part of your vision and your mission at Living Resources.
Every day at Living Resources, we celebrate independence and equality, and there are so many great success stories that we have.
Can you share a couple with us?
I'd like to share just a story about Al. Al is in his 70s, and he came to Living Resources after being at an institutional dormitory. We've all heard of Willowbrook, sadly.
That was a dark place.
Fortunately, Willowbrook is a distant memory for Al. He has been with us for 46 years. It has been his home here at Living Resources. Al has held a variety of jobs through Living Resources. He earned his own paycheck. He was a productive member of the community. He is currently enjoying retirement at a slower pace, and his best friend, Jane, she lives at another house that is supported by Living Resources, but that doesn't prevent them from getting their weekly cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. So Al is living his best life after suffering in an institutional environment in his younger years. At Living Resources, we know growth and happiness are unique for each person, which is why all of our environments allow individuals to meet and exceed their personal goals wherever their goals may be.
You're listening to the Sunday Jazz Brunch on Star Radio. I'm Walt Adams. With me is the Associate Executive Director of Communications, Deneen Palmateer. Deneen, I love that story. Can you share one more with us about independence on this 4th of July weekend?
For instance, I'd like to also introduce you to Jarrell. Jarrell was a dancer. She began dancing at the age of 3. Sadly, at the age of 29, she was injured in a car accident, which was attributed to black ice.
Oh.
During that accident, she suffered a traumatic brain injury and had to learn a new normal for her life, right? She now attends art class. She still gets to be creative. While no longer dancing in her ballerina form, she is dancing out of the wheelchair, right, on a floor dance routine.
Amazing.
She is really living her independent life. She lives on her own with her cat, Houdini. You know, Jarrell, life circumstances change, right, for all of us. The Living Resources is there to help others to live their life as independently as possible.
As we look to this time to reflect on the independence that we all have in our own lives, these are two great stories that have a happy ending despite the difficulties that life threw at them both.
I couldn't agree more. Well, as we celebrate independence, it's important to look that independence is different for each person.
When it comes to people who want to find out more information about the support services, what's the best way to get a hold of you? Please
go to our website, livingresources.org. We do our best to make sure that website is up to date with exciting stories and successes that happen each and every day.
Deneen, thanks for sharing the journey with these individuals. Love to hear more stories.
I would absolutely love that. Perhaps next week we can hit on a couple more during this month of independence.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, and a very happy 4th of July.
To you as well.
The Associate Executive Director of Communications, Deneen Palmateer. More music up next on Saratoga's Star Radio.